And I'm back. Hey, America. I'm blessed by a very fast computer now. It used to take like 10 minutes. Sometimes I'd be right near the end of a meal and I'd fill up the memory card and I'd have to run it through the camera and all that. It would just like take forever to load and I'm sitting there waiting and like I don't want to touch the meal. And I was talking about tomatoes. And so sometimes you get these tomatoes and where the juice has this strange like red color to it and it turns everything this weird red. And that's what Classico tomatoes did, was like, and I was like, what the heck is this stuff, man? Alright. I'm going to do this easy way. I'm going to drain the tomato juice into there and then reach in here. I'm showing you right now. So, I got my beans here. And these are whole peeled tomatoes, but I don't want them crushed tomatoes. So I poured the juice into the beans, and then crushed the tomatoes as I pour them into the beans. And the beef is over here cooking, and because I want big tomato pieces and then not so big tomato pieces. All right. I want lots of little smashed up stuff, then I want a few big pieces where you're like, oh, there's tomato in this, you know? I don't like to say, oh, there's tomato sauce or there's tomato chunks. I like it to be where you're like, somebody did, you know, when you get your hands in your food, you feel the food, you know? I tell students when I was a chef de partie a couple of times, meaning chef de partie, meaning chef running the kitchen at the time, knowing the knowledge of breaking down turkeys at the, it's actually on one of my shows a long time ago, back in the early hundreds. And that's when I thought I was talking to Oprah Winfrey. But anyways, she's part of the inspirations for this show. And my chef buddies and my dad and a whole bunch of people. So, yeah, you know, I was telling the students, man, you get in there and you feel your food, man. We were butchering turkeys, and I'm like, man, if you like feel your bone, right, and feel the muscle and feel the tendon, and, you know, that's why I know so much about my medical condition, is that I'm a chef, right? What we do is we know how to take things apart at the joints, and we know where all the sinew, and we know how things work on the inside because we cut critters apart all the time. And yeah, we know the tender parts and the yummy. Y'all like, you crazy? Look, the girls. Get him, puppy! Get him! Go get him! Get him! See, I love where I live, man. That's right out my back door. Bye, puppy! Alright, back to cooking. That was worth watching, wasn't it? Little girls out. Oh, wait, I gotta zoom way back in. Yeah, man. All the neighborhood could come and play in the big grass over here. We play soccer sometimes together, and you know, and I've got to know, actually, since I've been here, a lot of the parents have actually stepped forward and not just got to know me like, hi, how are you, but actually got to know me, and you know, in a very respectful. And I have one lady asking me about my episodes because I have a lot on property, and that's why I don't leave my property right away in the morning, because I fall a lot sometimes. And she was like, you know, she asked me what to do, and you know, how much help do you want? And I'm like, well, watch my eyes. I said, Up and down means yes, yes, and left and right means no, and squeeze and look means look at that. All right, so I put that roux in there, and then put all the beans in, and now the beans are soft, so I'm gonna waft it. I'm just gonna gently but look at how thick we are already. All right. And then we're gonna have to adjust the seasonings. I'm gonna kick up the heat, of course, with some habanero. But we're also gonna turn the heat way down, okay, to medium, because we want this all to simmer. And that roux, because there's so much product, and I'm scraping the bottom like I am right now. So I like roux in this because it adds to the body. I like the flavor of roux in gumbo. Some chefs will argue with that. Other chefs say that's all about what the flavor is. I say the flavor is in the nuttiness of the toasted roux, and the quality of the andouille sausage. And oh, that's a medium well. Turn that off. And then the gumbo filet, and you know, each in its part, doing its symphony. All right, so what are we gonna add here? Do I want to add acid? No. All right. They're out there doing what I do with my cat, because my cat drags me out of the house. She actually will like come in here and not leave me alone. That was me adding the cornstarch slurry, just moving around. Comes in, will not leave me alone, okay? Until I go outside and play with her. Look, she's by the door watching the kids. What are they doing, huh? Look, there's one lion right there in the grass. There's a puppy. There's another kid lion. Look, they're all in the grass. See, I love my neighborhood, man. They're all playing with their puppy. Anyways, alright, so back to chili. Alright, so I don't like to film other people's kids too much, without parents' permission. But I like to give little shots here and there because I share them with the world. I'm not like keeping this stuff, man. I also like give copies to people, and, you know, take pictures for them and give them to them, and, you know. There we are. There's our chili. Oh, I'm gonna do some seasoning. Let's give it a taste. Now, right now, I'm gonna taste it, and I know that there's the cornstarch and the roux haven't cooked out at all. And we are going to hit it with a dose of that. Just got hot. And it needs a lot of salt. And then I think I'm going to put black pepper in there. My dad used to use cracked black pepper. I've got whole, I could make some crack real quick. Cracked pepper, it hits your palate in a certain way. Every time that you change an item, an ingredient, it's going to hit your palate in a different fashion. Alright, no breaks from this. Just go right into it. Watching this guy on YouTube break up his Himalayan rock salt, and he had like really big chunks, and he was putting it in between wax paper. This stuff was shooting everywhere. I'm like, man, why don't you get a good plastic bag and put it in there? And I said saying that to him. I should, like, this is a good solid plastic bag, and I'm going to take no handful, put in this hair bag. A little bit more. And then, rabbit, move the glass item. Oh, look at that, man. Yeah. Pepper's so hard it's leaving like little dings in the wood. I haven't sanded my board for a while. Crack, clack, pepper. Oh, and look, cornstarch is starting to cook out. See it right there? The cornstarch in the roux. See the difference between that area there and then the nice shiny area there. All right. And actually, I'm making this very much just like my dad. I thought, yeah, he liked the tomatoes and the black peppers. When I was a kid, I didn't like it. But, you know, you grow up. Prodigal son comes home. Talking to my lawyer today, and I might be able to do somebody a long time ago who did me wrong, a solid, get a house for less than, for $50,000, man. That's it. That's all I'm willing to, like, you know. But I got to talk to Pops and see if this is a proper thing for us, as financially equitable for me and the family, less dependent on them as possible. Because my bills right now. Yeah, I'm still the Ghetto Gourmet, don't you know? That's the show. Oh!